Welcome to At the Table, where we put everything on the table. Yes, you killed your first one.
Yes, good job.
If you are a frequent At the Table watcher, you may look at us and think, wow, there's a lot more white in this video. Can I not say that?
I mean, if you want to state a fact.
It's a fact. Exactly. It's a fact. My sister is on the couch. She will be in the video later.
And that's not code for anything.
No,
she's
yeah.
on the
she's
couch.
literally on the couch.
Over there.
Yeah, she's on the couch over there. Just not on the table.
That's not.
She's not at the table. She's not.
Wild. That's all I'm going to say.
She's not
That's
at
what
the
happens
table.
when I leave.
She's not at the table. She's on the couch. And we have Kaylin. This is Kaylin Moore. And she's going to be guest hosting today with us.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll,
No promises.
yeah, we'll see.
Our standards are so high. So.
Clearly, we're very professional.
Right, obviously.
So, yeah. Anyways, this is season 2 of At the Table, and if you're like, season 2, what? I haven't seen a video in a really long time. Well, that's because it's been a minute. But we're back on our game, and we're back on our grind, and we are ready to give you what you deserve. And that is the best at the table.
That's an overpromise.
The best at the table
Give them what they
episode.
deserve.
Yeah.
All right.
What they deserve.
We're going to do our best. We'll do our
Yeah,
best.
because we're professionals.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, once again, thank you to our sponsors, Owala,
That's right. Thanks,
for
Awala.
sponsoring this video.
We need like a little legal disclaimer to go across the bottom of the screen.
Owala.
Not actually.
Awala. Not really.
Not really. They don't sponsor us, but we're going to keep saying it
But
until
we're
they
open.
actually
We're
do.
open to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is that
so,
a thing I don't know about? Every week we say that?
we just,
Got it.
yeah, I just am a big supporter
Yeah.
of Owala.
Love them.
So,
Can we?
Kaylin, make sure you're Stanley.
Oh.
Yeah, we should.
Tesla.
Okay, so it was the Stanley Cup, and then Awala. Do we know what's the next thing that people are going to be all about?
Well, the thing is, I was on Owala before.
Well,
People were on Awala.
that's
You
why
were.
everyone's
I
on
was.
it.
Were you?
Obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think that they've come out with anything
Okay.
new yet.
All right.
That's going to replace the Awalas. Because
Okay.
Awalas are now making like a Stanley type cup that people are like
Oh.
obsessed
No,
with.
Okay.
are they?
Okay.
Yeah. But
With
they
the
have like they still can, you can, because the best thing about an Owala, it has the cover. So
Right.
like you can throw it in your bag and like it has a safety like thing on it. So like it's not going to open.
It has a straw and a cover, though?
It has
Yeah.
a straw and a
Yeah.
cover.
Look,
does
it's
that
right
work?
back there.
It's
Grab yours so you
really
can show her.
great. Yeah. Do you want a demonstration?
Little demonstration.
This is the
Thanks,
one?
Awala.
This is Owala. So
That's-
it has the, little
Okay.
handle, okay? You flip that down and it covers your top thing.
Oh,
so
nice.
basically, like it can't spill. So you flip
yeah.
that up, you pop the button, and then your thing, and then you can sip.
Oh, Stanley makes ones like that. I have one, a Stanley that's just like that.
Yeah, but Owala
I
was
think
original.
they copied.
Somebody-
They were the
Competition,
originals.
they're battling.
Which
They
came
were the
first?
originals, so
The
yeah,
Stanley
which
or
came
the
first?
Awala?
Yeah. Anyways, guys, today we're going to be talking about time management. And really this topic is for the viewers like our executive producer, Jamie Moore, who struggle with time management. This was specifically requested by him. So we're going to talk about it today. Kaylin, since you're new on the At the Table,
That's right.
what does your time management look like? Are you good at it? Are you bad at it? Do you struggle?
He's shaking his head. He knows.
You got to talk in the mic.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not great. I mean, I'm just really addicted to Instagram Reels. Is anyone else?
Yeah,
Me
that
and Sam
will-
sending back and forth.
That will suck
I mean,
your life
that's
away.
honestly what sucks up my time. I'm
Yeah.
okay otherwise, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just, I get home from work and I'm like really tired, but I have laundry to do, but I choose Instagram Reels instead.
Can we do like maybe a little confessional? Like, do you know how long, like in one sitting, like how long did you sit and just like flick?
Screen
Yeah,
time? Do I
yeah.
call this screen time?
Screen time. I don't know for me because this happens
I
to be
don't know
Sunday.
which
I
way
don't know
to
if it's
sit,
gonna
guys. I'm
be-
struggling to like, because I
like you
can't
do like
part,
the
I can't
average,
part
right?
it with
Right.
the rest.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
can't decide what to do.
I understand.
What do I do?
Just sit normal.
Do your best. Just do your best. Make it
away
work.
from you when I'm
Make it
like-
work.
No, it's fine. I
Okay.
think the people will understand.
A screen time. Let's check.
Okay.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
gonna
even
look
have
at
mine. I don't even have mine on here.
So
because
today
I
it's
didn't
2
wanna
hours and 9
know.
minutes, which is not bad. But
Yeah,
the
but it's
average,
2
Hey,
o'clock.
2 hours and 9 minutes.
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
it was last night.
And it
I
was
went to bed late.
church.
I went to bed late
Okay.
last
We've
night.
been
Okay.
at church.
I went to bed late last night. Average is like 6
The
hours.
excuses come out.
Average is like 6 hours a day.
Flip it.
Flip what?
Flip it. Yeah.
Flip
he-
it.
He wants proof.
There we go.
Let's see. Hold on. 6 hours, 30.
see.
Okay.
My Instagram, we're at 13 minutes. Today. Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Screen.
All right, Sam, it's going to get
Wait,
bad.
it used to
Hold
be
on.
in that like front screen. Where is it now?
The white people have it on dark mode and the dark people have it on.
Stop.
Wait, I have mine on
I'm-
dark. Wait, are you
No.
saying yours is on white?
No, yeah,
Oh,
mine's
mine's
on-
on white. Yeah, mine's on dark.
So,
Yeah, I don't-
last Monday was a
true.
little bit rough.
Your theory stands, Sam.
I'm just going to be vulnerable. We're vulnerable here.
That's right.
Last
this is a
Monday-
safe place for
last
all
Monday was
the
a little
world
bit
to
rough.
see.
4 hours on Instagram. I'm just being real.
Okay.
But then we have, yes, Sunday. Okay, last week. And I saw other days that were like 4 hours, so it varies, just depending on
All
what you're
right.
doing.
So to get to like a practical place, step one is to point at the problem. And I think that's
it.
one. That's one. And I think that's a good example of like a lot of people with
Yeah.
social media. Kaylin's not, you're not even out of the ordinary. That's probably, you might even be a little low, I mean, compared
Yeah.
to
I
other
don't
people.
know.
But I think step one for time management is like, hey, let's call that problem a problem. Because somebody will be like, no, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, knowing, also, one, knowing that you struggle with time management, but then two, knowing what the issue is, like,
Yeah.
for you, like, if it is the Instagram Reels. Like,
Right.
I know some people are like, oh, I put the little thingy on it, so, like, it restricts my time. So, like, after, like, 10 minutes of me being on it, like, it, like, kicks me out. But then it's like, but you can just say, like, no, don't do that. And then, like, like, it's, like, a deep issue that you got to fix
Yeah.
first. Like,
Yeah.
putting up safeguards like that aren't always going to be helpful because you can just, like, bypass them.
Right?
So I
'Cause you
think
wanna
that's
forget
hard.
that code, and then you can't get anything else.
Correct.
This is
Might
this
have
is
my mom make one or
somewhat
something.
related to what you're saying. Years ago, had a teenage guy come to me, just he and I in the office, and he said, "You're going to set my code for like my restrictions, and I'm not." And he didn't want to know like what it was because he found himself like he knows the code, so he'll
Right.
just go back into restrictions and turn them off, and then turn them back on and off and on. So anyway, I had a lot of respect for that kid.
Yeah. Well, and I think that sometimes that's what you have to do,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
if you know yourself and you know like you don't have the self-control yet to like have that code and like be able to stop yourself, like then you need to trust somebody to like set that up for you sometimes or just I don't know, delete it off and like tell somebody like,
Right.
I don't know. Like
Right.
sometimes you just have to extend and say, "Hey, I need to be held accountable in this way."
Yeah. It's really annoying. Last year, I was at Brightpoint last year. I was taking a piano class, and it's so hard to focus on practicing that. And so I would have my phone out. If I was struggling, look up a tutorial. I wouldn't use a tutorial to learn
Yeah.
it. But then it's like, I have that in front of me, and then I'm like, oh, notification.
Yeah.
That's how it all starts. I feel like, especially for like ADHDers, I'm not really sure. It's a big struggle. I probably should get you to set a code for me
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah.
So is it that like you get distracted by the notification, or is it just like once you're in it, like, or is it twofold? Like you get distracted by the notification and you can't ignore it, and so you end up on Instagram, or is it like you also get distracted while you're in it and you can't get out of like the loop of like looking at videos?
Kind of both. It can be both. I don't know, but it's a real struggle. I mean, anyone who's watching who's young and knows how incredible Reels can be.
Yeah.
Sam, you know.
Yeah.
Jamie knows. We all know each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want
Reels
to
are
see
great.
Sam's
100%.
Instagram screen time.
100%. Yeah.
Is it bad, Sam?
I mean, probably like an hour and a half a day, 2 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for some people that might be bad, but it's usually it's not like 2 hours at a time. It's like 30 minutes in the morning,
Yeah.
30 minutes before dinner, 30 minutes after dinner.
Oh, can we talk about that in the morning? Starting the morning with like in your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad too. I feel
Yeah,
like that starts
just
me
don't.
off with a bad
Yeah.
day.
Just don't.
See,
Yeah.
I just wake up with enough time to do everything that I need to do, so
Yeah.
I don't even touch my
Yeah.
phone before I.
Good.
Get to it.
Yeah, because I just enjoy my sleep so much. So
I
if
wonder-
I'm waking up to get up.
Right. Yeah. And I learned that about you this week. I was trying to reach you, trying to get some breakfast, but
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
have- no, Janelle's
Absolutely
sleeping.
not. No, I'm sleeping.
Here's the thing that I think we should just like put on the table. That is like what's the word? The temptation for self-loathing when you open up about things like this, and you're like, I'm spending so many hours, looking at these like video after video after, and you start to really like almost instantly start to feel like, man, I'm a terrible person, or I don't have control, or I'm an addict, or whatever, like
Right.
self-loathing. And I don't think first of all, that's not the goal of this conversation. The goal is just like, okay, well, there it is. So what can we do? Like, how can we shift? And like, how can we help people move forward? But I wanted to just be clear because self-loathing is not a productive place to kind of like camp out.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
And I feel like ironically, it can actually lead you into more of that because
Yeah.
you're just trying to like hide your emotions in your phone.
Right,
It's like
right.
doom scrolling
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, I'm a horrible person. Oh well, let's just keep doing it. I can't change
Yeah,
myself. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an unending cycle.
Yeah.
Hard to kind of get yourself out of that.
Self-sabotage.
That spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do we do? How do we move forward? Like, what's one small thing that we can do to move forward?
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes part of it is like your life circumstances, right? Like if you have a job that doesn't like dictate you to have like this done at this time every single day, or like things
Yeah.
like that, like you can get into a space where you're just kind of like moving,
Yeah.
and you're not necessarily moving like with a specific purpose of like I have to have this done at this time and stuff like that. So I think for me, when I really started to get better at time management was when my life was dictating like I have these deadlines I have
Yeah.
to meet, or I have too much going on. I have to be careful about how I'm structuring my time because I need to get these 20 things done by this day. And if I'm not careful, like I will get overwhelmed and just have to do them all in the last minute. And like that's no fun either.
Yeah.
And so I think part of it is recognizing like what type of like lifestyle are you in right now? Like, are you in a space where you have to be more regimented, or are you in a space where you can be a little bit more relaxed with your time, and you just have to understand that like in that relaxed time, you still need to have some structure.
Yeah.
Because there are some, like my life is very structured for me. And so I don't have a lot of wiggle room in how I do things. But like Jamie, on the other hand, like he's a very on-call worker.
Yeah.
And so his life isn't as structured. I have a certain time I have to be at work and a certain time when I leave.
Yeah.
That's not his life.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I think that's one, noticing what type of lifestyle are you in right now?
Yeah.
What does your schedule even look like? Acknowledging that, and then understanding what type of like boundaries and practices you have to put in place to match that. If you have more of like a loosey-goosey thing, then figure out like what are some hard deadlines that I have, and like how do I make sure that I meet those?
Yeah.
How do I make sure that I get those in time? Because you can live in this like, oh, I have time, because you do, and thinking like I don't always have time, like I have to make time. How do I set myself up for success?
Like the steal time, as Jerry says.
Yeah.
And just making sure that like you're actually thinking about your schedule with restrictions and not just kind of like leaving it open, because I think that's the danger that we get into
Yeah.
a lot of times, is we think, oh, it's open, I don't have a set deadline and I have time, and so it just kind of gets
Yeah.
left to kind of
Yeah.
figure itself out, and sometimes
Yeah.
we can't do that.
I liken this to kind of like financial budgeting. There's time budgeting and there's financial budgeting, and it's kind of like, it's not about like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, and sucking all the joy and fun out of your life because of your lackadaisical attitude in time. It's like when you allocate a certain amount of dollars for a certain thing, then you have freedom in that area. And it's kind of like when you allocate a certain amount of time for a certain amount of thing, you have freedom in that area. It's kind of like when we don't have the parameters or we don't have the boundaries, that it just kind of goes limitless. Like you just go hours and hours of doing a thing you never really intended to spend that amount of time, and then you've lost the time that you really need for something else over here, and now you're crunched. And so it's like, I walk with high schoolers for a long time, and procrastination is like an epidemic among most high schoolers. Just, I'll get to it. So budgeting your time like you budget your money is another way to look at it. When you budget it, you have way more freedom in that area. You can say like, all right, well, I'm going to watch Reels for an hour. Why? Because I planned to watch Reels for an hour rather than, now I wouldn't suggest doing that, but you could. You could say like, I'm going to give myself this amount of time for that activity. And that way it's not like, oh, where did the time go? No, I planned to use that time that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think also like there's balance on both ends, right? Like there's balance in knowing like, okay, I need to have some type of structure, but also having too much structure can cause like problems too, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes not having the structure can cause anxiety and frustration and whatever it may be, but also too much can cause anxiety and frustration because you're so connected to that schedule or that like boundary that you're holding for your time that when you get off of it or you're not meeting that standard that you set for yourself, like that can then cause like some of that like problem as well.
Yeah.
And so I like what you're saying about like planning, like, okay, like I'm going to plan free time for my life. Like what I do in that time, like, okay, it doesn't matter because I'm planning that time out. And I think sometimes that can relieve us too of like feeling like, oh, I'm just working all the time. I don't have time to do what I want to do and like things like that. Because I know like for me in my life right now, like I know like at a certain time, I don't have responsibilities anymore. And I can choose what I want to do with that, whether it's hanging out with friends or like sitting on my couch and being on my phone or watching TV or watching a movie or taking a nap. Like there are times like where I can do that because there's just time to do that. And I think that that's the part of like time management I think has been beneficial to me too, is like when you've kind of laid out and kind of looked at like what you have to do and all those things, like you can sit and realize like, oh, I have so much time to like have time for myself and time to do things that I want to do because I'm not just thinking I just got to get that done and I got to like because it's gonna get done or it's done now and like I have the time to sit and be on Instagram if I want to or whatever the case may be.
Sure, I really liked what you said about comparing money management to time management. Because it's like if you put your money in somewhere where it's not going to last very long, it's like, then you're poor in another spot. And it's like when you put your time in somewhere that's not valuable, then you're poor in time management. So it's like, I feel like those correlate really well. Because like, why don't we treat time like money? I feel like that'd be beneficial if we think about time like money.
Time is even more valuable than money because you can make more money, but you can't make more time. So we ought to treat it way more precious than money. For sure. So what would step one be? If someone's watching this and they're like, I don't have any idea where to even begin with time management, where would you say they start?
I think what you said first in understanding that there's either a problem with your time management and the lack thereof or too much of it. Right? That's one. Do you have a problem with it and you're not structured, or are you too structured where you're not giving yourself room to breathe? Like I think that's one. If you recognize that you need more time management, look at in what area. Is it in your schoolwork? Is it in actually getting work done? Is it in just time management and just your general life? Like are you just kind of chaotic everywhere? You're like where's the area where you need some extra work, extra love, like in that spot, figuring that out. And then I also think like 3 would then be like looking at, okay, like I know that this is it. 3 would be like acknowledging that it's not something that can necessarily be a quick fix. And like today I'm gonna have time management and like we're gonna be good. Like it's a journey. And knowing that you're gonna have to like try and work things out. So work through some plans that might work
Yeah.
for you. Figure out, like, is it setting timers? Is it telling a friend, I just need you to text me in like an hour and make sure like I'm still
Right.
doing something, you know, like figure out what's going to work for you, like what's going to be the best thing to kind of keep you on track, because it's going to be different for every single person. So like working through what's going to keep me on track, what's going to keep me in that routine of working through time management, and then just keep working at it. Like, not everybody's perfect, and so you're going to have moments where you're going to struggle with time management,
Yeah.
or have too much of a tight leash on your life,
Right.
and you need to kind of relax.
That's not good either.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it's acknowledging it and then just working at it, and knowing you have to work at it
Yeah.
in every moment.
Sure.
And as things change in your life, you're going to have to work at it in a
Yeah.
new way and
Yeah.
and figure things out. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Kaylin, anything?
I think the first step to improving time management, I think the first step to self-improvement is self-awareness. So you become aware, and then I feel like setting deadlines could be helpful. Like maybe if you're like in a place where you're really lazy and really bad at time management, make it a deadline that's manageable for you right now.
Yeah.
And then when the time comes when you need to do that thing again, make the deadline a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
And then keep making it shorter.
Yeah.
Like work your way up, and then
Yeah.
then you're in a rhythm. And
Yeah.
then it's like a rhythm of productivity, and then
Yeah.
you might fall back sometimes, but I feel like that's
Yeah.
organization.
That's a
right now.
good.
Yeah.
That's a really good word. I wanted to add to that and kind of right along with it. Like if you're just starting out with time management, like double the time you think you're going to need to
Yeah.
do something, at least to start off. That way you've got like more lead time. I got to get my laundry done. All right, well then give yourself like 2.5 hours or 3.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, in the example of laundry, like the timer literally tells you how much time
Right.
is left, but still give yourself more time. Or I want to get this homework done. You know, if you think it's going to take an hour, give yourself 2 hours. And then, like Kaylin was saying, you can kind of like temper that back
Yeah.
and make it
'Cause I
more
feel
realistic.
like if we set a time where it's like, oh, I can't do that, then
Yeah.
you're automatically quitting.
Yeah.
You're immediately quitting. You need to make it manageable at first, and then work your way up.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
would also throw, after that task is done or whenever that time block is done, I would throw in something like a little 5 minutes, something like
Yes.
Celebrate.
I'm gonna
Like
have
a little
I'm gonna have some
break.
M&Ms
Yes.
after I'm done.
Little snack.
Little snack motivates people, right?
Yeah.
So whatever motivation works for you. Like
Yeah.
throw in some little, celebrate the little victories along the way.
Little dance party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie, you struggle with time management. Was this helpful?
I think something I would add is, because I'm so bad at it, I'll compare myself to somebody who's good at it.
Yeah.
And so I'll just get up in my own head and I'll just be beating myself up over it.
Yeah.
Like, why am I not at their level?
That's so
The
good.
best way to do that is not to compare yourself to somebody
Right.
else, but to yourself yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I tighter to my schedule than I was a week ago? Or,
Yeah.
you know, like just check your personal trends, not just always seeing, oh wow, this person's like a productivity machine. No,
Yeah.
See, I live with Kaylin, so it's not too much of a struggle for me to
Yeah.
compare myself to her.
Yeah, I understand that.
My great habits.
Yeah, we both see each other failing at everything.
Yeah.
And we're like,
There is
Okay.
there's
Our dad's a lot better.
He's
Yeah.
really good.
Our
Yeah.
dad's really good. He's
Yeah.
super organized.
yeah.
Very
And we're
organized.
both not that.
Yeah.
It's actually annoying.
Let's get him in here.
It's actually
Yeah.
annoying
Yeah.
how organized it is.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
It makes us
Like,
mad.
Funny, right? What's
Just
wrong
his
with you?
closet, all
Right.
his shoes, his hats, his.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
If you couldn't
It's
hear
great.
Jamie all the way, basically he was talking about not comparing yourself to somebody. If you are struggling with time management, somebody who is great at time management, don't look at them
Yeah.
and compare yourself to
Right.
them, because they've walked their own journey with time management, and you can't always base where you are
Yeah.
versus where they are.
Take advice
Any-
from them and stuff.
Take advice
Yeah.
from them.
For sure.
And then change it into your own,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Make it work for you.
There's a fantastic author I want to recommend. I've read several of his books named John Acuff. I think I mentioned it before. Any book by John Acuff is going to be really, really good at this. But one of the things, what Jamie was talking about, how we compare ourselves. One of his, to me, one of those famous lines is, "Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle." Because when you look at somebody, they've been doing it for a while, and you're like, "Oh, why can't I get my act together?" But they're down the road a little bit. So I love that concept, and you can apply that to really any situation. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie.
That's great. I love that. Jimmy, keep us updated on your time management.
Yeah. And your
Yeah.
dad's shoe arrangement. It's
Next podcast is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
because our poor
Yeah.
time management.
Yeah, because that's where I struggle with time management.
Yeah.
All the extra things. This show.
Yeah.
Time management on the show. All right, cool. Well, if you struggle with time management and you have some extra tips that you've picked up along the way, whenever we post this, throw it in the chat and we'll read those too. And then you'll help somebody else.
One thing that I've done is I don't make to-do lists anymore. I will add the task to my calendar. So it has like an alarm and a time assigned to it when I do that thing. Because I
Jimmy,
used to have like a
that's-
running task list and it was ridiculous. Like it just got
Yeah.
so long. So I would turn it into an appointment on my calendar. So if
That's
you don't
good.
if you don't do,
And
then
it
it goes
seems more
like,
important, too. It
yeah,
gets really
and it sets an,
important instead of on
you know, it sets an alarm, you know,
Yeah.
alarm goes off. Hey, don't forget this.
I'm gonna start sending Jamie calendar invites to things that I
Yeah.
tell him to do. So that he doesn't have to, what was that thing that you said again? And what is it?
Yeah,
And
check your
what
calendar.
What do I need to do? Yeah.
Check your calendar.
Yeah, just check your calendar. It's
Of course
already
he
there.
does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Jamie's the executive producer of my life, but
Mm-hmm.
I still executive produce my life through you.
You still run.
Yeah.
It's a really symbiotic relationship.
Hey, do your laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Jamie, do your laundry today.
I don't know who
Jamie.
needs to hear this, but do your
Yeah.
laundry.
Yeah. It's me. It's me. I started laundry yesterday and it's still sitting in the dryer.
Yeah, bless
So-
you, bless you,
Me too. Well, mine from 2 days ago.
bless you.
Okay, well, don't compare yourself
Yeah.
to me, but I'm gonna do mine
Right.
today.
Yeah,
Okay, true. What did we learn today from
Yeah,
You're right,
I'm not
you're
gonna
right.
compare.
Not gonna compare.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my laundry.
Yep.
All right, let's throw it to Kathy Kath.
Catherine.
It's
Talk to
Catherine
us, Catherine.
time.
Pick up a mic.
Yeah, we should have a theme song for her.
Right?
Oh, it's Catherine. Yeah, it's Catherine.
Well, usually I'm sitting in the chair, so I
Right,
don't need a
that's
theme
true,
song.
that's true.
But it's
Technically,
okay.
You're
It's
still sitting in
okay.
a chair. I'm just putting it out
You're on a
there.
whole couch.
Yeah, you have a whole couch to yourself.
On the couch.
Yeah.
On the couch by myself. What am I doing?
We're doing unpopular opinion.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right? What we're doing?
We're doing whatever she
All
decided.
right, whatever you say,
Oh, it
Catherine.
was
is
my
what-
choice?
Is what we're doing.
Oh.
It's Catherine's choice, like Sophie's choice, but different.
Okay.
Catherine's choice.
Okay.
Can't
I'm gonna
wait
start
for
with
this.
a fun one. Actually,
Okay.
it's not that
Ooh,
fun.
fun.
So it says it should be social. I can never say this. I know I'm not gonna say it.
Socially acceptable?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
some words when they're together, I cannot.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work out.
That's
Talking's
your
hard.
ADHD.
No, I think I should have gone to speech therapy when I was younger. I feel like there's
I
a
don't
lot to
know.
unpack
I don't know
there.
about that. You're
I-
very articulate.
That's
Well,
some
I just
childhood
can't
trauma.
read.
You talk good, Catherine.
Pause.
You
She
talk
can
good.
read.
I can read,
Right.
but like I can't process what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like if you tell
I
me to
feel
do
like that's
something
everyone.
like if you're like I have a list of things for you to do,
Yeah.
I won't remember it.
Yeah.
Like I need
Oh,
it
yeah,
written
yeah.
down.
Oh, totally.
So I guess I
Yeah.
can read, but like I don't
Catherine,
know.
we're twins. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
You and I are the same
It's
person.
just like an auditory processing.
Yep.
Anyway. So it should be socially acceptable
Acceptable.
to tell
You did it. So
to
proud.
tell someone that is way too happy or energetic to tone it down.
Okay.
It says
okay.
because it is acceptable to tell people to lighten up when they're down and everybody else is hyped up. But why is it frowned upon when everybody else is here and somebody's just hyped up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell it.
Okay.
Well, that's
See,
me.
I feel
That's
like
hard.
I feel like I already do that. I feel like I already tell people, like Caitlin, for example.
Right.
Every time
Caitlin
we're
is always on some crackhead energy.
always.
That's why I picked that
She's the one.
And I'm always like, you're here and you need to be here. Like everybody
one.
else
Yeah,
is
because
here.
people be like, "That's so mean, Janelle. She's just living her best life."
And I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
She
helps
because
me.
she's
She
in
helps
my
me.
ear
Okay.
like a fly,
Okay. I guess.
just buzzing.
All right.
I don't know. I mean,
I agree with
get
that.
it.
I agree with the idea. I guess the premise is right. Like if you can tell somebody to cheer up or like take it up a
Yeah.
notch, you should be able to.
It's just
like,
because
tell
I
them
guess
to, like,
the difference is they're being
you're a
negative,
little
and
too
then it's
much.
like, oh, we don't like that.
But then
we're
they're like,
happy.
don't
That's
be a
usually
Debbie
you.
Downer when you try to tell somebody to calm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it can be annoying when someone's really excited.
I'm glad you're aware.
Happy.
As long as you're aware.
Like, for one example, one time, I won't even say who it was. One time, somebody decided to take their toes and grab my hair with their toes.
Who would do that?
Who?
Yeah,
who?
who-
Kaylin would do that?
Yeah, who would do
Kaylin
that?
would do that?
Yeah, who would do that?
See,
I don't
that was
know.
an
Insert
instance when
picture
she was
here.
up here and she needed to
She
be
was
down
up here, and I really needed her to be down here.
Yeah,
Her
I was like,
toes
we're gonna
not
insert.
in my
we're-
scalp.
We're gonna insert the picture. It's okay.
Yeah, I was there. I was there.
Yeah, he was there.
We're gonna put the picture in for the audience.
It was crazy.
Oh, we don't
Yeah,
put pictures
insert
on it?
picture.
That's our promo to come to small
Here.
group.
Right, right.
Come to community group.
Yep. Young
it's
adult
a- it's a
community
grand
group,
old
Tuesday
time.
nights. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesday nights. It's a fun time.
You too can have your hair gripped by Kaylin's toes.
I mean, she took out your hair.
I know she Yeah,
Her
my
hair tie was out. Like I was
mean,
like, you're gonna have
ripped
to.
my hair.
You're gonna have to
I
retie
won't
it.
say it again.
Yeah, she just, I don't know what I was on that night. See, like,
No, she
when
was-
after that, I was like, wait, what? I did that? Oh.
No,
Yeah.
her excuse was she thought it was me, and I was like,
Oh.
so you thought it was better because it was me?
Right. Yeah. It's fine.
Because she was
if
like,
it's
yeah.
Catherine.
She was like, yeah. I feel like Janelle
Right.
would have freaked out. She's like, I thought it was you, and I was like, you think I would be okay with your toes in my hair? That's
first of all,
why.
I don't like feet. So, like,
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
she hates
I
feet.
didn't
She
know
hates
that
feet.
one.
Yeah.
yeah.
You acted pretty calmly for the fact that there's
I think because
I
there
was
was an
in a room
audience.
full of people.
Yeah.
So,
If it
Yeah.
was just
I'd
us,
say
That would have
pretty
been,
calm.
that
she
would have
would've-
been different.
yeah. But if it was
Okay.
just
So
me
if
and
you
you,
wanted to like
attacked.
address somebody who was way too chipper or like way
Yeah.
too hyped
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
like, how would you do that in like a civilized way?
I mean, I feel like I
don't.
do.
You got
I
to this and then
I
this.
do this a lot.
I only do it with somebody I know.
It actually is helpful.
Yeah, if you don't know them, I don't think you
Yeah.
really can.
If I don't know them.
I do it a lot. Well, sometimes
I do.
I turn it back on myself, and I'll say like, the energy that you are giving, I know I cannot
Right.
match you
I can't
right
match
now.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like I'll say something like that. Like
Yeah.
I just turn it back to me.
Yeah.
If I don't know them, or if like, you know, like obviously I know you, and I know that you're not going to be offended by me saying you're here and I need you to be here.
Exactly.
Plus half the time it's me being funny. Like it's not me being actually bothered by you.
Yes.
But like, except for when you grip your
That was
your
crazy.
toes around my
I
hair.
was
That was
even
crazy.
yes.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
But yeah, like I think a lot of times I just point it back to myself,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, I wish I was at your level.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
Yeah.
not.
See, that's better. That's a
You
better
know?
way to do it, I
Yeah.
think. Like kind of like like you're saying, like turn
Like,
it
I
on
take
yourself.
it,
and say,
I
like,
take-
well,
I
what's,
take it, yeah.
what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I guess you could put. I don't want to be negative, but like,
Right, yeah.
what's up with me that I can't be filled with joy, or I
Yeah.
can't be, where they are.
Right.
Yeah, or because like I feel like even sometimes people can like do it in like a backhanded compliment way, like where they're like, "I wish I had the energy you had," you
Yeah.
know, like stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, people know that's a backhanded
Right, right.
compliment.
Just,
like,
like, be
come
straightforward
on,
about
just-
it if you're
Exactly,
gonna-
like just
yeah.
say what you're feeling.
Right.
Like, so
Oh, that's the worst.
I just put it on me, and I'm like, I wish I could be where you are right now. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Does this happen to y'all a lot? Like, does this happen to you? Does it happen like that? You see people who are just like way up here, like way chipper, or no? As far as frequency,
It's just certain people.
Okay.
I think there's just certain people in my
okay,
life.
yeah, all right,
Like at the pool party yesterday,
Yeah.
there was people that were up here, and I was just chilling.
okay,
Right, right.
It wasn't bad.
Right.
I wasn't mad.
yeah,
Yeah.
But like I only get that high energy at like midnight past.
oh,
Sam, I'll
okay.
take that
Well,
five.
Yeah,
I'm
like
a
during the
sleep
day
party.
I'm pretty chill, but
Yeah.
like 10
Fair.
p.m. and
I'll take that
on, like that's when I
$5
start
for
getting
Chrissy.
like
10
hyper.
p.m. and on.
Yeah,
We're
I'm a night
we're
owl.
not twins
I'm a
after
night-
all.
No,
I'm
yeah, I'm a
sorry.
night owl.
No, I feel like I am too, but I'm not like.
I get
midnight,
hyper.
dang.
Like I'm like, let's go do something. It's like 10
Right.
o'clock. I'm like, what are we doing? Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, totally cool.
There's the
Love
five.
that.
There's the fiver
Love that for you.
for the belly flop Chrissy did.
Yeah.
Did you have another one, or was that it?
I do have another one.
Great.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It says Chips Ahoy Chewy cookies are the worst cookies ever.
Yep.
Wow.
Says it feels
Yep.
feels like you're biting into sand. Sorry. Hold on, let me restart that.
What happened to soft batch? Is soft batch still a thing?
There's a
Soft
Wait,
batch.
are chewy the soft ones?
They're supposed to be, I think.
Okay, so it says
They're supposed
Chips
to be
Ahoy
chewy, I
chewy
guess.
cookies. They feel like you're biting into sand. They're virtually flavorless, and they don't hit any of the qualities that make a cookie good.
I think we just lost them as a sponsor.
Yeah. Thanks,
Perhaps.
It says tasting them as an adult now. I can confirm either they changed as a kid or as a kid I just didn't care.
Literally,
They're
the
trash
best chocolate chip cookies are just like Toll House, like baked in your oven at home. No chocolate chip cookies beat that.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Do you
I
feel like
mean,
they changed?
If
or-
it's like a
they the
mass-produced kind, then like
Yeah.
the nest, whatever, like the tub is or the tube
Yeah,
that you
like Toll
cut
House. Yeah.
in. Obviously, like from
Yes.
scratch, homemade. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's
chocolate
the
chip
best.
cookie. But chocolate chip cookies, I think,
Yeah.
are you gotta really. It's gotta really be bad for me not to enjoy it because I just
Yeah.
love cookies. In
Oh, I
general.
hate Chips Ahoy chewy.
I don't
They're
mind.
nasty.
I don't mind.
Tastes
Chips
like
Ahoy.
plastic.
So I will say I think that they taste very chemically.
Yeah.
Really? Wow, I'm learning
yeah.
a lot today.
Yeah, I think they taste chemically produced.
we should do a blind.
We should, yeah,
Taste
we should do like a
tests
blind like cookie
different-
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Yes.
fan of Chips Ahoy cookies, period, but
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. My favorite in the store bought is I think it's Keebler soft batch chocolate chip. That used to be a thing like years
Oh,
ago.
yeah, those are
but
good.
now that I think about it, I don't. It was like a bold red packaging soft batch, and they were just like a good. I'm a dunker too, so I like to dunk my cookies in milk too. So do y'all dunk your cookies?
no.
Nobody. I'm the only
absolutely
dunker
not.
here. Jamie, do you
no.
dunk your cookies? In
Okay,
milk?
first of all,
Jamie?
he doesn't drink milk.
Jamie,
You did.
I was like, Jamie,
Yeah, what is he dunking
myself,
into?
and Catherine are lactose intolerant, so
Yeah,
we can't dunk.
I don't have any
okay.
type of.
Sam, how about you? No,
I don't even
not
buy
a dunker.
milk
I'm the
anymore.
lone dunker in this room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no
can
milk.
dunk. I dunk
in my
sometimes,
fridge.
okay?
What if you could? Okay. All
Jared,
right.
you know,
Yeah, you
we'll
would.
take it.
do you
We'll take
know
it.
those the
Yeah, I feel like
Kroger
you-
like rainbow cookies, the little ones?
Yeah.
Those are the best cookies to exist. I
Really?
think. You agree?
No.
You don't like those?
They taste like plastic to
Catherine
me
is like,
too. Well, I'm also allergic to artificial flavoring, so like,
Oh.
yeah, I can't.
Also,
have those.
Isn't
if you
that
were to
in
give
everything?
those, like, if you were to give kids those cookies, all the food dye in it.
Yeah, anything with like food dye in it,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
rough for me.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Good
you
to
know.
Very
know.
interesting.
Good to
You
know.
live and you learn.
All right. Thanks, Catherine, for those.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah, well,
Yes, thank
yeah.
you.
Thanks, Catherine. I couldn't remember the theme song that I sang earlier. I was going to sing it again, but I couldn't remember it. So anyways.
Yeah, it's an evolving
Play it back,
thing
Jamie.
anyway.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. That's a lot of editing.
Right. Go back. Catherine.
All right, so I think we did it, guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Another episode in the can.
Another episode in the, I don't like that phrase, in the can.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know why I said
Okay.
that. Sorry.
Another episode
in the history books, maybe.
In the books. In
Yeah.
the books.
In the books.
Chapter 2,
Yeah.
season 2,
Correct.
at the table, episode 2.
Yeah. Nice. Time
Episode
management.
2, time management.
Hopefully you picked up some tips.
Yeah,
Maybe something you could use.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
let
also
us
maybe
know.
people can like leave a comment about like their best practices, pro tips, life hacks, cheat
Yeah.
codes for
And specifically
time
tag
management.
Jamie, since
Yeah.
he needs help.
Yeah.
Yeah, tag Jamie and Kaylin.
Reach out
Yes.
to Jamie
Yeah.
Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, so. you know.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.